When will our governments and our countries get it right?
Harry, bringing about change is never easy, but coming together as a global community and harnessing our collective efforts, real and lasting.
Hope, and now we need to listen, constantly listen, and then act on the advice and the vision that you have, because otherwise it's your future that's being stolen from you, and that is unacceptable. No matter the challenges we face, whether it's climate change, mental health, or systemic injustices, her legacy and the efforts of young people to inspire further action in the world fill me with hope.
Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So today's reading is inspired by the Royal Griff's video. It just came out. Excellent work as usual. And she looked into that book that Harry recommended, being anti-free speech again. Talk about reckless speech, just total BS. And it's written by a woman who apparently has a law degree from Harvard and Oxford. And the thing is, the globalists control all the universities. This is where all the woke communist stuff is coming from. It's from the universities because, all of the academics, if they want to get funding for their projects, they have to get it from the globalists. So they have to follow a certain agenda. And that's how all this streams out of the universities and into society. And so it's not surprising to hear people from Ivy League schools, they're all pushing this communist, anti-free speech, anti-American rhetoric. And it's all to follow along because, again, they're not going to get published. They're not going to get, funds for research, again, if they don't follow what the globalists want. And, of course, that's what we're dealing with. And so I was thinking about it. I was like, Harry is so deeply unpopular, doing things like accepting the Pat Tillman Award and other things to just say F you to Americans, calling our First Amendment bonkers. And he can just get away with it because he's a globalist and he knows nothing's going to happen to him. And on top, he used to be so popular, though. Back before he married Meghan Markle, he was like the most popular royal, right? Everyone that loved Harry. He was a happy-go-lucky prince, partying in Las Vegas with the strippers. And now suddenly he's attached himself to this, tyrannical, crusade that he's on with Megalodon. Well, interesting. I was like, why would he do this? Why ruin your reputation like this? Why go from the most, popular, one of the most popular royals, if not the most popular at the time, to being the villain, to being the biggest a-hole, Larry Fink, Bloomberg type person, George Soros. I mean, he's acting like one of them, just a monster, just an inhuman, demon. They're all Satanists. And so he's proven they're all Satanists. But besides that, I'm thinking, because we all know he hung out with Obama and was with the Bidens, and that's why he's got away with all the censorship, and that's why the government paid him to be on the Aspen Institute. That our government funds, our tax dollars paid for Aspen Institute, for Katie Couric, Sophia Noble, the communists, Marxists, as well as Harry. He got our tax dollars paid for all of this, for Harry to censor us and the rest of them. And I was thinking, why would he latch himself on to this? And then I was thinking, maybe it's because when Obama was hanging out with him at Invictus Games, Harry's on top of the world, the king of Invictus there. So before Meghan, that is. He was doing so well, so popular. I was thinking the reason that Obama and the rest of the globalists chose him to lead this anti-First Amendment, anti-American crusade to censor all of our speech, which Obama's always wanted. He's spoken about this, how he wanted to break up Twitter with this, and they knew ahead of time that it would break everybody up into different platforms. This was all intentional. And I realized, I think that because we all know Harry and Meghan got together, he marries Meghan, and now suddenly everybody's racist, blah, blah, blah. Again, with the same agenda to bring in the woke, Marxist communist tyranny. So I think, I could be wrong, but let me know what you think. I think that they thought because Harry was so popular and that his story with Meghan of, oh, everyone's so racist, so we have to flee the royal family. Now, part of that, of course, is because of Brexit, which the globalists hated because the globalists want the one world government. And so the idea of Britain breaking off from Europe went against their plans for their tyrannical plans, including making mandatory the snake bites, which Ursula was working on in the fall of 2021. She was like, they wanted to make it mandatory for everyone to get one. They were just about to do it when it fell apart, thank God. But anyways, I think that they thought that Harry was so popular that him and Meghan together, that everyone would support them and their lies about being the victims of the royal family and of all this racism. And I mean, and they really had a lot of people they paid off, all their sugars, their shadies, as our recollections vary call them. I think it's a better term for them, shadies. And a lot of money to a lot of people to support this anti-white racism in the UK and elsewhere, and supporting Harry and Meghan, believing and pushing all their lies, which they do to this day, right? So I think that they thought back before Harry married Meghan, when Obama and the rest chose him for this mission, this evil, satanic New World Order mission. I think they thought that because Harry was so popular, they never thought he would lose that. They thought he is the most popular royal. Everyone will follow him. Americans will side with him and against the royal family. They really thought that his popularity would carry over to Meghan, and that he and Meghan would just be heroes. Like, remember Nacho on the Ellen DeGeneres show? He's like, they're heroes. They fight for you. Everybody should be cheering them. They really thought that everyone was going to be cheering them. And it was a colossal fail. Instead of everybody cheering popular Prince Harry with Meghan, the exact opposite happened. Harry and Meghan are the most hated people in the world, literally, according to all the polls. They are the most hated couple in the world. Wow. And I don't think they saw that coming. I I think they thought that Harry and Meghan were going to be popular. But I think Harry got markled a bit there. But he's still going on with his mission. He's not stopping because now he's pissed. Things are falling apart. He's failing in his mission. And it's nothing's working. It totally backfired. I think Harry got markled with this deal. All the globalists, I think the whole globalist in this particular instance got markled because it all backfired in their face. So is that what happened here? Did Obama and the rest of the globalists that got Harry with Meghan on this whole mission to bring in the censorship and try to make it popular, especially the younger people? Remember, Harry was singing with Bon Jovi. He wanted to be a rock star on stage. Oh, they were so desperate. They thought Harry was going to be so popular. They thought he was going to be a rock star here, and all the girls would be screaming. Because, when he was single, all the girls were screaming because they wanted to be married and have a royal wedding. Right? They weren't screaming because Harry was so great, and he found that out now that he's married. Well, he's not going to get any more screaming girls now. He married an old hag, no one cares about him anymore. So yeah, there you go. There you go. So that's what happened. Is that what happened? Did the globalists think Harry was going to be popular? I'll ask that. I'm using tarot, which isn't really yes, no, but let me see. How did the globalists think? Did the globalists think that Harry is going to be popular in the U.S. and bring in the censorship, and everyone would back him up like, yeah, it's hate speech. Yeah, everyone should be censored. How did they think Harry would be treated in the U.S.? Oh, okay. All right, I just flipped over. So 5 of Cups, the woe is me, the excessive Harry bemoaning, the woe is me here, coming back with their tales of woe, right? 10 of Pentacles, lots of support from the globalists, of course, lots of money. Funding Harry and Meghan and the whole censorship complex is all supported by the globalists. Knight of Cups. They thought Harry was going to be the Knight of Cups to Americans. So this is how the globalists thought Americans would see Harry in particular. They really rode on Harry's popularity because nobody knew who Meghan was. So Harry was the reason they thought they could pull this over, the globalists. They thought, Harry says, boo hoo hoo, poor me. I didn't get a sausage. I didn't get as many sausages as William. Boo hoo hoo, poor me. Meghan didn't get to play with the tiara before the wedding. Boo hoo hoo, for me. I was the spare. Wah. That's why they've encouraged it. This was part because he was the most popular royal, and he was going to come out to Americans and say, poor me, you don't know how tough it is being the spare. Wah. And the globalists funded the whole thing, all those movies, Escaping the Palace and whatnot. And they just thought Harry was going to be loved, and everyone would embrace him and say, oh, poor you, poor Harry, he's such a victim. He's such a victim. They really thought that was going to happen, and it totally backfired. It totally backfired. Wow. Yeah. So we could be happy about. I think we should be happy about that one little major victory there, because that totally threw their plans out. Now, what are they going to do? Everybody hates them. They weren't counting on this. I mean, people hate Harry and Meghan more than the globalists, and the globalists should be hated more. They're all part of it. They're globalists too. I put them all in one camp, really. But they're so hated, just like the globalists. I mean, Bill Gates and George Soros and Harry and Meghan, they're all in the same camp as far as we're concerned. And nothing they do, no matter how many awards they get, and Harry's desperately, I think that he accepted that Tillman Award because he said, oh, it's for Invictus. It's not for me. It's for Invictus. He's desperate to keep that Invictus going because that's the only thing he's got left that isn't hated. He has nothing else to do that people don't hate him for. What is Harry doing as far as the censorship right now? He is still spouting about it and obviously very much supporting it. And it's the way he answered that question in TRG's video, the way when he asked about the First Amendment, he's like, I'm not going to talk about that. I mean, he's still very arrogant and still on his mission there. He's not stopping. He is in fight mode for sure. And he's not backing down. He wants to accomplish this, or he feels like a failure, a stupid failure, which he is. He's a stupid failure with everything he does. And the more him and Meghan do, the more stupid they look as they fail again and again. So what's Harry doing right now with his censorship? I mean, he had the gall to go on a podcast and say, the First Amendment, that's bonkers. I mean, how stupid can you be? Oh, High Priestess. Something secretive behind the veil, being very secret here. Not talking about it, obviously, but Major Arcana. I could say this is excessively reversed. He's still very much... he's doing things behind the scenes that we don't know about, that we can't... obviously the Sussex Squad is one part of that, but there's more that they're doing. They're still doing it behind the scenes. They're figuring out how they're going to regrouping. Now, they did go to Colombia, which is a lot of shadiness going on there with the 3-letter agencies that we know that Harry and Meghan work with. So they're doing something secretive here of it, very much so. Page of Pentacles. So we can look at with children and targeting children. Of course, we know that they're trying to keep them safe. So they're focusing on that, using children and different, passing the information on, and their messages on in a more subconscious, like this says, like subconsciously or secretively, and how they do things like passing the message on, particularly to young people, doing it under the pretense of something else. Again, the pretense of keeping everyone safe or safeguards on the internet and whatnot would be one avenue. But I see them continuing on with their messaging and Queen of Pentacles reverse. A woman here. I often think of Catherine with this card. But I think just women in general. So I'm wondering about his working with the censorship. Now, this could talk about a very unsavory criminal type of woman behind him. Of course, not a megalodon so much, but because of course we know that she's all part of it as well, but it could be some female here that is giving him directions, like Renee DiResta or someone like that, whom he is secretively getting the messages from. And he has worked with other women. Was that Jory Craig and others that he works with, all those censorship groups that TRG has mapped out with that wonderful map she made. I mean, really amazing work she's done. Blow me away. Really, be without her, I'm telling you, I wouldn't understand all of this at all or for her. But yeah, I just definitely see a particular woman he's going to be working with. What's he doing with this woman? Let's see. I see a particular nasty woman here. Could be a very wealthy or very well funded nasty woman he's going to be working with and getting tips on how to affect the children and secretly, covertly continue his messaging of censorship and pushing things that push for censorship. We do know the government's trying to, the UN specifically is trying to push digital ID, trying to get our bio data, our fingerprints, our eye prints. Hermit reversed. Okay, so Hermit reversed. Hermit's the expert. He's the old wise man. And of course, people see him as the Harry card sometimes. But my first thought was the fake expert, the charlatan, being put up like Harry is. I don't know if you remember, but Harry was supposed to start a university with his Better Up. Now, Better Up is getting attacked, of course, because it's also another scam of globalists set up or CIA set up. I don't know which one it is, but it's a scam. And everybody knows it, and it's doing horribly. And everybody knows how evil it actually is, an affront for something else, a censorship, I guess. But I do see Harry. This could be Harry pretending to be a fake expert in something else, perhaps with Better Up. But Harry and Meghan are always pretending to be experts, right? I mean, everything they do, they put themselves on stage. All they do is put themselves on stage and talk as if they're experts, and they know nothing about nothing. And yet they're always on stage flapping their gums, and they have nothing to talk about. They have no expertise. So again, the fake expertise, they both think that with their money, they can just be experts in whatever they want because they have the money. And that's the globalist mindset. We have the money, so we're going to talk and you're going to shut up or we're going to censor you. That is Harry to a T. And I see him continuing that because, again, I get the Nine of Pentacles, again, a very wealthy woman, a lot of money here. Now, I do see this as a separate, single kind of thing. So I see Harry and Meghan have separated their missions in a way, the way they're going about things and not doing it together so much. Star reversed. Yeah, he's going to back away from the Netflix and the trying to be a star in that in Hollywood and in movies and whatnot. He's going to be focusing more on tending to be an expert in some areas here and working with, this could be not Megalodon. It could be Megalodon as well, but I think that separately is going to be doing some other things with other women. This particular woman over here doing some kind of pushing some kind of propaganda with her. Oh, Wheel of Fortune reversed. Queen of Swords, another woman here. Ten of Wands, putting him to work. Well, we do know he's going to court in a few days, and even though he's going to fail at that as well. He better fail at it. That judge better see through him. It's ridiculous. I hope he gets my tarot deck. Show the judge my tarot deck. I mean, Harry and Meghan, they're such a joke. I don't see things going well though. It's going to backfire again. See this man crawling on the bottom here. That's Harry. So I do see him doing something here with a lot of money he's getting, being the fake expert. Trying to avoid the Hollywood thing and just being a bit more low key, but still trying to seem like some kind of, mental health expert or something else. I do see things more and more backfiring on him. And I see, again, Queen of Swords and Ten of Wands. I get the idea of, again, a woman here who's going to be speaking up for him and defending him. Someone with a legal background. It could be like that woman who wrote the book or something. Maybe they'll bring her on. Remember they brought that therapist on to Better Up. Maybe they're going to bring that woman with her anti-free speech book in there, that lawyer woman. And it looks like a lot of hard work he's going to be doing with this woman. Which could or could not be Megalodon. I don't think it'll be Megalodon, though, because I think they're going to be separating what they're doing professionally. Yeah, but it's gonna be a lot. He's gonna be working against the grain, obviously, because nobody likes him. Nobody wants anything that he's selling. I mean, he does. The only thing he has is Invictus Games. And it's only because right? It's not about him, it's about the team. But still, he's going to. I see him still struggling and continuing and working with this particular woman or more than one woman here. We got two women here that he's going to be more secretively, more under the radar, but still, she's going to be accepted, but he's not. He's going to be more behind the scenes. He's going to be boosted by it, but he won't be. Whatever he does. So Harry, they team him up with another woman here to keep pushing for different agendas of his censorship. The woman's going to be taking the lead, and Harry's going to be basically a supporting role because he's just a disaster. He's going to get more and more. This can show him getting more and more unpopular as well, because his goal was to get everybody censored. And he was supposed to be the most popular royal in America, and him and Meghan were supposed to be the talk of the town and the it couple, and instead they are just getting attacked by other Hollywood elite. All the money can't buy popularity or charm or intelligence, as Harry and Meghan show without a doubt. But yeah, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good for Harry, but it does look good for us because it looks like Harry's going to continue floundering around. Yeah, these people are just getting more and more of him, but he's not going to stop. I still see him doing what he can and keep pushing and keep trying to go forward, even though, karma's against him. Fates are against him. I think he's been markled. This is like markled. He's going to get markled again and again the more he tries to push it. Yeah, it's gonna be a hard slog for Hairball. That is what I see. I don't see him succeeding, but look out for this woman. This woman over here is very clever. She's going to be helping him out quite a bit, giving him a little bit of work done here, but it's not going to be what he had hoped for or expected. It's just going to be a big fail in the end, at least for the near future. Yeah. So there you have it. That is what I see for Hairball and his censorship. He continues on, but hopefully, he'll finally have to give it up. Well, no, probably whenever him and Megalodon split up, that'll be when they give up on their mission. And it can't happen too soon. So there you have it. That is what I have for you today. So I hope you enjoyed this. If so, please like and subscribe. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye-bye.